Story 1. I guess I am resilient, for this has tested me in so many ways. We had financial crises, got into vehicular accidents, and suffered so much depression with family matters, but here I am, struggling but still standing strong. I have defeated life's storm. I know there's a lot that life has to offer, and I'm ready for it as long as I know my family will always be there to support and guide me. Story 2. I used to think I was just a fat, lazy piece of shit. Then I met my wife. She is the most beautiful and loving person that I have ever met, and now I feel like my life has purpose. She made me positive with her positivity, happy with her happiness, and a good person to try to get up to her level. I feel like I've won the lottery even after 19 years of marriage. Story 3. I think of myself as a work in progress, always trying to learn, grow, and be better. There are things I like and things I'm working on, but I try to focus on the positives while acknowledging the room for improvement. Story 4. I just hate myself. I have not accomplished anything. I'm 26 years old and jobless. I have a degree in information technology that's worth noting. I've applied for more than 300 jobs. I stay at home mostly. The only things I do are go to the gym and eat. I struggle with anxiety. I don't like people that much. I can't make a routine. I always think negatively. I can't stay consistent or on time. Story 5. I'm nothing special. I'm just an average meat sack, piloted by a 3-pound wad of overthinking electrified jello. Other people seem to have really nice opinions of me, and that's sweet of them, but they are wrong. Story 6. I think I'm doing well by having my own mind, preferences, and sentiments. I'm not part of a herd mentality, which makes life difficult on Reddit sometimes. Story 7. I think of myself like a little plant. I need plenty of water, sunlight, and care. I'm growing myself and expanding my worldview. I'm digging my roots deeper in good soil, community, and habits. One day, I'll bloom. Story 8. My mind mixes it. I think I'm nothing special or interesting, and I'm unworthy of love, but I also think I'm a decent-looking guy who is interesting and can do anything. Story 9. I guess we are always trying to accept ourselves in each phase of our lives and doing the best that we can. It's just about figuring out what really brings us joy in life and doing something about it, to be honest. Story 10. I hate how my life has turned out and I blame only myself. I feel like doing the day-to-day tasks is a habit, and I get no joy out of anything. Today's my birthday and I'm not the least bit fussed about it. Story 11. I think I am fat and ugly and deserve every abusive thing said to me. I wish I was never born since my parents did not want me. I hate myself for not being the daughter my mom wanted, and I hate myself for thinking that. I sometimes think everyone is lying to me when they say I am a good singer and actress, and I actually suck and I will never make it. Sometimes I wonder why I am here. Story 12. Constantly learning, constantly growing, far from perfect, but as long as I wake up the next day, I will continue to strive and be kind to those around me and just try. That's all I ask and can do for myself. Just try. Story 13. I am a useless idiot who is probably better off dead than taking up space. But it's okay because my focus is more on the world outside of me than who I am on the inside. Even though I feel that way, I have other things I look toward that make up for it. Story 14. I think I'm pretty cool, not gonna lie. I'm a bit of a know-it-all, but in the best way possible. I love learning and helping people out with what I know. Always striving to be as helpful as I can be, even if that means admitting when I do not know something. Story 15. Maybe it's distorted, but I accepted a while ago that I was a heartless person and made bad decisions surrounding that view to reinforce it. Now that I truly believe it, I feel that I am empty as a person. I don't know how to explain it. Story 16. People probably very rightly think I'm weak, and they hate me for it. But I see no reason to live outside of living for something beyond yourself, especially not materialistic or whatever inspired the warring realm. I don't know. I'm kind of upset about what happened, but otherwise, it's a long road. Story 17. Unfortunate looking, but I'm trying to make peace with it. I wonder if I have body dysmorphia because people in real life have a completely different take on that. It matters more what I think of myself, though, and I've always had low self-esteem since I was young. In terms of personality, I don't know. I never know how to describe myself. That's something I would rely on other people's opinions rather than my own. So I'm not sure what that says about me. Story 18. I think about myself as a character in an exciting game, constantly gathering items, leveling up, and earning experience points every day to eventually become the strongest, coolest character in the game. Story 19. I am a sick rapper, good husband and father, handy around the house, and fierce negotiator and poker player. Oh wait, thinking about others is the key to happiness. It must be a blessing for them to have me in their lives. Story 20. At possibly a new single life at 59, I got a good slap in the face. What was I thinking in the last 15 years? I've stayed home, cooked, cleaned, and watched over not only my daughter but mostly my grandkids. I helped with my own food and hygiene, but my home was provided, and I had a little here and there for gifts and clothes, etc. But now I'm losing all and need to find a job at 59, especially when I haven't been employed in 15 years. I need to find a place to live, and rent has risen about 3 times since I last rented. I've been working hard to do this, let alone get my head around how much harder it is to do this than in my younger days and how naive I've been to feel this day would never come. So I'm totally lost and panicking. It's cold out, and at 59 and not in the best health, being on the street is overwhelming. I need good advice and stories of hope about jobs and living. I have already accessed all help from services like 211, etc., so I would appreciate some information that I may not have already accessed. As far as what I think of myself, hopeless, worthless, lifeless, is pretty explanatory. I'm 59, no job in 15 years, days away from being homeless, not very well. I feel very low about myself right now, and it only makes it harder to hold on to hope. Thanks for the read. Story 21. I've always been a bit immature for my age, and this has been the root of most of the problems I've encountered in my life. Despite this, I am a good, honest person with a good work ethic and decent technical skill set. I care deeply for the ones I love and will sacrifice anything for them. I think I am a pretty good human, but I do wish I hadn't made some of the mistakes I did when I was younger. They haunt me like ghosts, and I am often made miserable or fighting depression. Pro tip: no matter what choices you make in life, you're going to have regrets. Try to be true to yourself, as you're the only one who's going to live the life you choose every day. Story 22. I think I am flawed, a lot, self-centered, lazy, and having esteem issues. Having said that, I have been actively working on them for some time now, and I am starting to like myself every day. Flawed but learning. Story 23. Honestly, I know I'm clinically crazy and should probably be living there long term. I think I'm a terrible person who has no self-control. Story 24. I think I'm so incredibly attractive. I fantasize about myself. I desperately wish time travel was real, so I could go back or forward in time to be with another version of myself. I mean, I know we would both be into it and we would both know how to please each other. I am amazing. Story 25. Wasted potential. I could have been an art or musical prodigy, or a model or celebrity if my parents had money. I just live to provide for them, tied to a career that depresses me. Story 26. I'm a good friend, I'm a talented musician, and I'm quick-witted, but I lack drive and direction. I'm absent-minded and often make dumb mistakes or lack common sense. I also think I'm unattractive or have the perception that women aren't attracted to me. Story 27. I am happy with how things are currently. I have definitely gone through rough patches, and I have been medicated for depression and gone through therapy in the past, but I still find things to get excited about on a daily basis. I have also been slowly getting out more and building friendships. Story 28. Decent guy, earnest, shy but helpful. A bit temperamental and not entirely confident about his own worth. Overall, a better man than I was 10 years ago, but still a huge introvert and a social weirdo. Story 29. I think I have so much potential to do the most amazing, helpful, and loving things for other people knowing that I've done the absolute worst. I just need a chance. Story 30. Some days I feel good and confident, but it's like a light switch change of emotions, and all of a sudden I literally am so down on myself to where I'm basically my own worst critic. I feel like most of the time I'm never good enough and alone. I wish I could get myself out of feeling that way and learn a new behavior, but I stay so depressed that the bad outweighs the good when it comes to how I feel and think of myself. Story 31. I'm totally okay with being proven wrong. I'll fight my argument hard, but if someone can fight back equally and prove me wrong, I'm glad to be that one bit wiser and smarter. Story 32. I am well-intentioned but flawed. I have the potential for talent, but I don't work hard enough to get there. I am unlucky in a lot of ways, but lucky in a lot of others. I'm neither extremely beautiful nor extremely ugly. I've never been popular, but I've also never been hated. I have good taste in books and music. Story 33. An awkward person trying to find what is right and what is wrong. Exploring the world. Trying to restore sanity. A foolish person who wants to be knowledgeable. Story 34. I don't think much of myself at all, certainly nothing positive. It has drastically affected how I've lived my life, and not in a good way. I make considerable effort to ensure that my kids grow up with plenty of confidence and self-esteem, without being arrogant or obnoxious, so that it doesn't prevent them from living their lives well. Story 35. A work in progress. I'm not perfect, yet I'm told I'm perfect, a machine or robot constantly. I just have an eating disorder that keeps me going and need academic validation. These things keep me sane. Story 36. Honestly, I am a walking contradiction. I can plan someone's entire wedding down to the tiniest detail, but somehow forget to eat lunch 3 days in a row. At least I make myself laugh. Story 37. I'm a high-functioning sociopath with high-functioning autism, and I'm proud of it. I am a law-abiding citizen, except for the internet. I can help detect things that might trigger a meltdown in someone with a disorder like autism to help reduce the chance of a meltdown. I am also confident in my ability to detect how well someone is performing and how to improve it. These kinds of skills would be useful if I did volunteer work or had a job. Because of the way I became a sociopath through abuse, I can empathize with others, but I can't sympathize with them. I can say what someone wants or needs to hear in their darkest times. Piece of advice: autism is a spectrum. Like someone with antisocial personality disorder, they have a different set of emotions. Someone with high-functioning autism cannot truly become friends with someone who has low-functioning autism. Both sides lack the necessary emotions. Plus, how likely are you to want to be friends with everybody who has the same condition that you do? I can list many things that are signs of autism or might be signs of autism if they are at higher or lower levels than the average person. I also have emotional amnesia, which helps prevent negative emotions from building up. However, it also prevents me from keeping a journal. Story 38. I'm okay. I have my problems and my issues, but overall I'm okay most of the time. I don't think I'm pretty or sexy, but my boyfriend thinks I'm gorgeous and sexy. So that's all that matters. Story 39. I think I'm like that one sock that doesn't quite match any other sock in the drawer, but somehow still works with everything. A bit weird, definitely unique, but getting better at embracing it. Story 40. I am so proud of how far I have come, how much I have healed, and how different of a person I am now. Kinder, softer, more gentle. I am just so much more open to the world, not hurting so much anymore, and therefore not angry at the world. 5 years ago, I would have never imagined my life like this. It's incredible. Story 41. I'm lazy, prideful, hard-headed, get in my own way, could have been extremely successful and happy, but I do things I don't think are a big deal, but ultimately they are. Story 42. I think I still have miles to go. Not that I am terrible, and it's not overestimating myself, but I know where I stand and what else I need to learn and work on because I keep on having these internal dialogues. I also talk to people close to me on a frequent basis to understand who I am as a person and what needs to be changed. Story 43. You are a stupid, unreliable, and untrustworthy idiot who seriously doesn't know how to get a life and how to make friends. The reason you wake up every morning and are sad is because you failed yourself years ago. This is how my depression makes me think at just age 13. Story 44. As a former military member and private contractor, I believe my greatest strength lies in my ability to adapt to any situation, stay focused on the mission, and work well under pressure. I've learned to be resilient, make quick decisions, and handle high-level responsibilities. While I am aware of my strengths, I also recognize my weaknesses and strive to continually improve. Overall, I consider myself a service-minded individual, disciplined, and always eager to learn and grow. Story 45. I like to think I have above-average intelligence, but the more likely situation is that I'm just more self-aware than the average person and not as smart as I think I am. Story 46. I am a gentleman with a good heart and have experienced events in my life that have affected my mental health. I am dealing with it well, and I am proud of myself, just tired of women shutting me down before finding out I am actually a catch. I am probably a 6 to 7 out of 10 in appearance. Story 47. I think I am smart and in a good place in my life, but I lack a lot and have insecurity because of my looks and my balding. I really think that I do not do enough or achieve anywhere near as much as I would like to, even though it is more than most of the people around me. Story 48. 17. Graduating from senior high, doubting my abilities despite listing as one with high honors. I don't know what course to take because I seem to be interested in so many things, but it's not enough to keep me interested for a long time. I'm overthinking if I can pass and go to universities. Story 49. I think I try to be hardworking, and I believe I am hardworking, but I just can't do anything and feel like crying solves my problems, although it doesn't. I think I am sensitive and soft-hearted, but I try not to show it because it has been pointed out how sensitive I was. Truly, as you grow up, no one really cares about your feelings.